When Lily Bennett agreed to pick someone up from the airport for her sister, she thought it would be a quick favor, grab the right sign, find the guest, and be home before sunset. Her sister, Chloe, worked for an event planning company, and one of her clients, some important businessman, was flying in for a charity gala that weekend. Chloe had fallen ill at the last minute, so she begged Lily to cover for her. "It's just a pickup," Chloe said over the phone, her voice hoarse. "He'll have your number, and his name's Alex." Lily sighed. "Fine. But if he's weird, I'm leaving him at baggage claim." "Please don't. He's a Millionaire client." That was how Lily found herself standing at JFK, holding a white cardboard sign that read, "Mr. Alex Carter," in bold letters. She had no idea that two men named Alex were arriving that evening, and one of them was Alex Carter, CEO of Carter Innovations, a man worth several $billion, and carrying far more emotional baggage than his designer luggage. The terminal was bustling, full of hugs, laughter, and the chaos of rolling suitcases. Lily checked her phone, one unread text from an unknown number. "Just landed. Black suit, blue tie. See you soon." Moments later, she spotted him, tall, broad-shouldered, impeccably dressed, scanning the crowd with the cool detachment of someone who lived his life in first class. His presence was magnetic, people seemed to move out of his way without realizing it. She raised the sign. "Mr. Carter?" His gaze landed on her. For the briefest second, something softened in his eyes. "That's me," he said, smiling faintly. "And you must be from the agency." "Yep," she said, trying to sound professional. "Welcome to New York." She offered to take his bag, he refused, of course, and together they walked toward the exit. He had the quiet confidence of someone used to command, yet there was a hint of weariness in his expression. "So," she asked as they reached the car, "first time in the city?" He gave a short laugh. "Hardly. But it feels different this time." "How so?" He looked out the window as she drove. "Less noise, maybe. Or maybe I'm just listening differently." Lily smiled to herself. For a supposed businessman, he had a poet's way of speaking. Halfway to the hotel, it started raining. Great, she thought. My sister owes me coffee for a week. Would you like to stop somewhere for dinner? He asked suddenly. I haven't eaten since London. She hesitated. I wasn't told to. Consider it my treat, he said simply. Against her better judgment, she agreed. They ended up in a small Italian restaurant tucked between two busy avenues, cozy, candlelit, and mostly empty. She tried not to feel out of place as she sat across from him, the golden light catching the edge of his jawline. So, how long will you be in town for? She asked, twirling her pasta. Depends, he said. On whether I find a reason to stay. She blinked. That sounds mysterious. He smiled, a real one this time, softer, more human. Maybe it is. Their conversation flowed easily. He told her he'd been running his company for years, building things that changed lives, but somehow losing touch with his own. She told him she was a freelance illustrator trying to figure out what success even meant. You make art, he said, intrigued. That's impressive. She shrugged. You make technology. That's saving the world. Not really, he murmured. Sometimes it just builds walls around people who already have too much. For a moment, the table fell silent, until she said gently, then maybe you just need the right people to break those walls. He looked at her like she just said something no one else had ever dared to. By the time they left, the rain had stopped. He offered his coat when he saw her shiver, and she hesitated before taking it. At the hotel entrance, she smiled awkwardly. Well, this is you. He nodded, eyes lingering. Thank you, miss. Lily, she said quickly. Lily Bennett. Lily, he repeated, as if tasting the name. You've made a long day, unexpectedly pleasant. She laughed softly. Glad to be of service. Then he reached into his wallet and pulled out a business card. If you ever want to show me your art, I'd like to see it. She accepted it with a smile, unaware that she was holding the card of one of the most powerful men in the city. It wasn't until the next morning that everything unraveled. Her phone buzzed, Chloe calling. Lily. Please tell me you picked up Mr. Alex Parker from the airport last night. Lily froze. Wait. Parker? Yes. Our client for the gala. Her stomach dropped. Chloe, I picked up Alex Carter. Carter? As in Carter Innovations? Oh God, Lily whispered. I had dinner with him. Her sister groaned. Lily. He's not even our client. Lily laughed helplessly. Well, he thinks I work for an agency. Chloe paused. You might want to fix that before it gets weird. Too late, Lily thought. Because that afternoon, she got a message. Alex Carter, would you have dinner with me again tonight? I think I found my reason to stay. She stared at her phone for a full minute before replying. Lily, I should probably confess something first. When they met again that evening, same restaurant, same quiet corner, she told him everything. That pickup, she said, cringing. Wasn't meant for you. I was covering for my sister. You were supposed to meet someone else entirely. For a heartbeat, he said nothing. Then he laughed, a deep, genuine sound that made her heart flutter. So you weren't part of any agency, he said. Nope. Just a woman with bad handwriting and worse luck. He smiled. Then I guess fate knows what it's doing. She blinked. You're not mad? Mad? He leaned forward. Lily, that was the best mistake of my life. Her cheeks warmed. You sure about that? Completely. And when he took her hand across the table, there was no pretense, no title, no confusion, just two people who'd found each other by chance. Months later, that chance turned into something real. Alex began visiting her art studio on weekends, quietly supporting her work without ever trying to change it. She, in turn, showed him a world beyond boardrooms and deadlines, a world where beauty wasn't measured in numbers. One evening, as they walked along the Hudson, she teased, so technically, I picked you up at the airport. He laughed, pulling her closer. And technically, I've been trying not to let you drop me ever since. She smiled. Guess some mistakes are meant to happen. He kissed her then, soft and certain. The kind of kiss that promised beginnings instead of endings. A year later, Lily's art show opened in the same city where they'd met. Her paintings, all themed around chance encounters, caught the attention of critics, but one stood out among them all. It was a portrait of a man in a black suit, standing under the arrival board at an airport, looking lost but hopeful. Its title, By Mistake. And in the front row, hand in hand with her, stood Alex Carter, the man she'd once picked up by accident, and now couldn't imagine her life without.